Hi, welcome to Scene Chronicles.
Today, we will be recapping the movie called Jurassic World Rebirth. Before we continue, please like and subscribe. A long time ago, in a hidden lab on Ile Saint-Hubert, scientists are at work. Among them is a man distractedly eating a snack. He drops the wrapper and it flutters into a dinosaur's containment chamber, rebooting the system and disabling the security settings. The experiment goes dreadfully wrong, and the scientists run for their lives. From the shadows, the Distortus Rex, a twisted, six-limbed, alien-like predator, breaks free and kills a man trapped inside the lab. Years later, in a city, Martin Krebs, a pharmaceutical executive, is stuck in traffic, behind a dying Apatosaurus. People look on, and others are less concerned, minding their businesses. The dinosaur's final breaths fuels the urgency in his eyes. He meets Zora Bennett, a tough former covert operative who sneaked into his car without his notice, though he was startled when he heard her voice. He's recruited her for a secret mission, to travel to a remote island and collect dinosaurs' DNA. They bring in Dr. Henry Loomis, a passionate paleontologist who cares deeply about these creatures, and Duncan Kincaid, Zora's steady friend, who takes charge. He's the mission's rock. They recruit other people as well, and as a team, they set out to their mission on a boat. Their goal: retrieve DNA from three giant dinosaurs, a Mosasaurus, a Titanosaurus, and a Quetzalcoatlus. Martin believes this DNA can unlock a cure for heart disease. Meanwhile, on the same water is a family surfing the ocean. Ruben Delgado, a cautious father, is out boating with his teenage daughter Teresa, her boyfriend Xavier, and his younger daughter, Isabella. Ruben mistrusts Xavier, silently judging him because he seems so immature and doesn't like helping out. Teresa sees Xavier's good heart beneath the surface, while Isabella sees him like someone who likes to show his bare chest. Teresa looks ahead and sees something approaching them from a distance. They think they are sailors like them. Suddenly, their boat shakes. Ruben, with the help of Teresa, goes to check what could have caused the problem, but thinks it's nothing serious, a sailfish or maybe the wind. But Isabella thinks it's a creature, and not the wind. Ruben shakes it off, telling her it's nothing, reassuring her that they are safe. He suggests they tighten the boat so it won't be shaken again. But something hits their boat from under, and the boat capsizes. They catch their breath and swim to the top of their boat, which is now facing down. The family are complete, but Xavier is gone. Just when they think they lost him, he appears, and they are happy. But soon after, a creature swims towards him with great speed. He quickly swims towards the boat and is pulled up by the family. They stay there, stranded. Duncan's team gets a distress call from Ruben's family, requesting for help. They argue among themselves. Some said they should continue with their mission since they are already 3 miles away from their destination, and going to pick the family is 28 miles away from their current location, which would take them a lot of time, while some said they shouldn't leave the family out on the waters for hours because they could die. Finally, against Martin's order to continue their journey, Duncan gives a new order to rescue the family, which seems like a challenge to Martin. They rescues the family. And for a moment, hope glimmers. But they gets entangled with Duncan's team's mission. They didn't like the idea and requested they are dropped off the water. Martin tells them they would be dropped off at a village where they would be safe, and later they will come for them. Soon, a Mosasaurus appears. Zora dives in, literally, to collect a blood sample from the Mosasaurus. She is safely clenched to the boat to avoid falling off. As she tries to shoot at the creature, it moves fast, crosses them, and shakes their boat. This makes Zora lose balance and almost falls off, but is held tightly by the vial. She's pulled up by Henry. With the Mosasaurus on a closer range, Zora aims carefully again, and the dart flies, capturing the DNA with a tool that self-ejects, and lands using a parachute. They are happy that their mission is accomplished. Soon after, Spinosaurus packs appear, circling stealthily. And in the panic, Ronnie is dragged away, vanishing into the jaws of a Spinosaurus. They crew are sad with the loss of their member, but the creature's attack didn't give them time to mourn their lost one. The attack grew violently and almost capsized their boat. Isabella slips off, but is wedged by the boat rail. Ruben saves her and in the process gets a fractured ankle. The crew makes a decision to jump off the boat since the creatures keep pushing the boat violently. Inside the boat, Teresa tries to make a phone call for help. Martin tries to stop her, but Teresa pushes him away. With the creatures attacking and shaking their boat, Teresa loses balance and falls off. Luckily, she grabs the edge of the boat and shouts for help. Martin looks at her but didn't offer any help. Soon she slips and is carried away by the heavy current. Xavier sees her and dives into the water to save her. Ruben and Isabella also jumps, as Zora tries to tell them they should stick together. The creatures continues with their attacks. This time it's more aggressive than before. The creatures push the boat to a rock, and Duncan tries to keep his crew safe by controlling the boat the best he can. He tells them to jump off with the supplies while he sails to the shore. Zora and others jump off while Duncan crashes into a rocky island. Luckily, they were safe. The crew are divided. Ruben's family swim to a cave while Duncan's team swims to an island. Offshore, the team are happy that they finally made it off the attacks. Nina, one of their team member, goes to get their supplies, but is dragged away by the creatures. Before they could save her, she was gone. The group suffers yet another loss. But they push on with their mission, crossing a prohibited zone. Soon we see them walking across a waterlogged ground. Zora feels something move past her legs in the water. The group is terrified, and they hurriedly comes out of the water. Martin, who is still inside the water, believes the dinosaur cannot be in a water of that level. He comfortably stays in there, interacting with his team. Soon, he feels a movement underneath him, and he's quickly pulled out. That's when they see a creature moving in the water. Meanwhile, Ruben's family are looking for a way out of the cave. Xavier brings up a suggestion which surprises Ruben and Isabella. Teresa jumps in and tries to save Xavier from the embarrassment. He tells her father that Xavier was only joking and didn't really mean what he said. As they moved forward, Ruben expresses his gratitude to Xavier for saving Teresa. Xavier laughs it off. Inspired by Ruben's compliment, he moves forward to act like the man. But when he hears a rumble from the trees, he quickly and fearfully changes his direction. While still searching for a way out, a baby aqualops, a tiny and fragile creature, jumps out of the bush, scaring Isabella. Her father rushes over and, seeing the little creature eating a green leaf, assures her that it's harmless and doesn't feed on humans like others do. This calms Isabella, but Teresa still goes ahead to chase it away. Moving inland, Duncan's team encounters the towering Titanosaurus grazing in the long grass. The creature has very long tails and very long necks. We see two creatures, bounded by love. So in love that they didn't notice the humans besides them. The group are amazed by the sight in front of them. Henry steps forward, breath caught in wonder. He approaches the creatures and touches one of them. It moves but calmly. That's when they realize these creatures are harmless compared to other creatures they have encountered. Using a blend of caution and precision, Zora extracts the second sample. It's night. Ruben and his family are about to go to sleep. Xavier is seen picking up sticks to keep the fire going. He has an interaction with Ruben about his daughter. Ruben tells him he's brave and is still amazed by how he jumped into the water to save his daughter. Xavier says he doesn't know what Teresa sees in him, and Ruben tells him it's because she sees who he is. But Xavier says he's thankful Teresa doesn't see the bad and weak side of him. Soon, Xavier goes to urinate. He hears two creatures snarling behind him. He freezes from fear and stops peeing. As the creatures made a move towards him, they were stopped and eaten by a Quetzalcoatlus dinosaur who didn't notice his presence. When the noise was over and everywhere was silent, he was relieved but visibly shaken. He started peeing for the second time, but this time, it was out of fear. The next morning, the family set out on their journey. They meet the little creature again. It turns out the creature has been following them around. Isabella names it Dolores. They continue their journey with Xavier leading the way. He slips and falls. Teresa tries to catch him, but she ended up falling as well. In fact, the whole family slips and falls deeper into the woods, with little Dolores following behind. There, the atmosphere is filled with an unpleasant smell. They trace the smell and meet an unpleasant sight, a half-eaten creature lying dead. And besides it is a sleeping dinosaur. They look ahead and see an abandoned boat. Teresa offers to go check for useful things since her dad has a sprained ankle. She carefully enters the boat and sees an emergency raft. Slowly, she drags it out without disturbing the sleeping creature. Just as she unfolds the rafts, the noise woke the dinosaur. The family dived into the boat and pushes off with the dinosaur behind them. The dinosaur flips them into the water. They avoid the attacks of the animal. They swim towards a rock and hides, while the dinosaur makes every attempt to wreck the raft. Duncan's team gets closer to their next target, the nest of Quetzalcoatlus eggs. Using a strong rope, Zora and Henry dive down the big rock. Henry is scared of heights, but Zora tells him it's fun and he shouldn't be scared. They enter the cave, and there lies the eggs of Quetzalcoatlus dinosaur, a flying creature. Using their extraction tools, they extract the egg. But before they could finish, the mother bird lands. Seeing Henry with one of her eggs, she attacks them. Another of their teammates notices they are in problem. He tries to distract the bird, but gets chased by the bird. He shouts to the two at the top to pull the rope and drag him up. They try their best, but when he was pulled up, he was already in the mouth of the bird. The men ran for their lives, taking shelter in a cave. Henry, while trying to grab the sample, falls off, but was immediately saved by Zora. Zora tells him to come up and forget about the sample, but he insists. As he swings himself forward and grabs the sample, the rope cuts, and he falls. Together, Duncan, Martin, and Zora comes out of the cave. There they see Henry lying on the ground, and the extracted sample flies down beside him. With their mission complete, it's time to head back. Later, they reunite with Ruben's family near the abandoned research facility. Safe. Almost. Teresa tells everybody that Martin left her hanging on the edge of the boat while she needed help and wanted her to die. Martin defends himself, saying that Teresa is deranged and is just framing him up. They notice Martin holding a gun, and just then things turn around. Martin becomes greedy. Using his gun, he takes the sample box for himself. Still in the middle of their talk, everywhere lights up, and they are surprised. While still trying to understand what's going on, hybrids and mutated crossbreed of dinosaurs attack them. They take shelter in the building. Again, they are separated. Ruben hides with his family besides the shelf. Martin hides under a car with Zora, and the rest run to find shelter as well. Soon, the creature notices Martin and Zora. Martin fires gun at it to protect them from being attacked. An helicopter appears to rescue them. Henry sends a signal to attract them to where they are. But the Distortus Rex, that horrifying escapee from the prologue, it towers and crushes the helicopter. Henry, seeing this, runs for his life. Martin, still hiding, turns and sees a key attached to a car. He takes it and drives away, not minding that Zora is under. This makes Zora exposed, and she runs to hide as well. The crew reunite in an underground. They see an exit and run towards it, while a hybrid chases behind them. They try to pull up the iron gate, but it's locked. Duncan fires gunshot at the creature, but the creature didn't back down. While others were struggling with the gate, Isabella passes through the opening and unlocks it. Common sense. They luckily escape, leaving the creature trapped. Martin, still on his escape mission, is blocked by the Distortus Rex and eaten. The box drops with his hand still clutching it. Zora picks up the box and they made their way to the boat. What started as a simple mission ended as a scary mission, and what seemed to be a good time with the family surfing the sea turns into a nightmare. If you enjoyed the recap, drop a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out. Don't forget to leave your comments below.